So, the qualification to enter the spiritual kingdom is uncontaminated devotional service. And a person who is qualified or who is discharging uncontaminated devotional service is said to be freed from all hatred and desire. So, being free from all hatred and desire, how can one be free from all hatred and desire and be equal to everyone in his mind? And yet discharge devotion service in this world. Because if you have to discharge devotional service in this world, you have to deal with the world. We have to deal with the people of this world. Because as long as you are in this body, even if it is for the service of the Lord, the service is done in this world. So here he says he is discharging. Ichchadesha vihinena sarvatra samachetasa bhagavad bhakti yuktena. He was engaged, bhakti yuktena, he was engaged in devotional service. If suppose somebody says that give up Ichcha, Dvesha, you have nothing to do with this world, you can lock yourself in a room, no relationship with anybody, neither Ichcha relationship or Dvesha relationship. And then all are equal because you don't have to deal with them. You can sit in the room and think all are equal. And then engage in meditating on the Lord. Ideally possible. But here it says, Bhagavad Bhakti Yuktena, and Prabhupada says, discharging devotional service. So devotional service cannot be defined as something that can be done in a pure manner only if you stop all activities in this world. Like I gave the example, lock yourself in a room and stop all activities in this world. Then only you can do pure devotions. As long as you come outside, even in service of the Lord, something you do outside dealing with people, then duality is there. That would be the kind of normal understanding easy understanding that one would get out of, reading this. But we understand the right understanding of devotional service is that it can be performed in any circumstances. Ahetuki apratihata, it can be performed in any circumstances. Pure devotion service can be performed in this world. Pure devotion service can be executed in this world because a person who is engaging in pure devotional service, he does not differentiate between the quality of this world and quality of the spiritual world. Everything is emanating from the Lord, everything is Krishna's energies, and every energy is related with Krishna and it has a function in relationship with Krishna. So as long as that relationship with Krishna is perceived in everything, then that is the right understanding of Bhagavad Bhakti Yuktena. And then accordingly engage to satisfy that relationship purpose for which something is in existence. The material energy is in existence for a purpose. One is the purpose of putting all the living entities into the purificatory process through Maya Devi, and then and also to free the living entities after purification. If they want to come back to Godhead, come back to Godhead, or they can remain here. And the Lord has expanded as Paramatma, is seated in everyone's heart, and He is directing the wanderings of all living entities, the forgetful wanderings of all the living entities as if they are independent beings. So, a pure devotee who sees, that was the previous verse, if you see, he began to see that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is seated in everyone's heart, and that everyone is existing on Him because He is the super soul of everyone. So ultimately, even in this material world, it is the plan of the Supreme Lord that is serving Him. The material energy is serving Him, Maya Devi is serving Him, Kala is serving Him. So what does it mean? Free from Ichcha and Dvesha, desire and hatred. When one's heart is filled with love for Krishna, love for God, to please God, naturally it is a desire. It is a Ichcha, isn't it? So, someone executing pure devotion service is having pure Ichcha. And that pure Ichcha is transcendental Ichcha. Undiluted Ichcha. And then, just like Prabhupada says, you cannot be free from desire. So is free, pure devotee transcends the mundane Ichcha and Dvesha. Desire and hatred. In this material world, desire and hatred is centered around oneself. Something that gives me rasa, I like. Something that does not give me rasa or gives me pain, or pain rasa, then I hate. So, Ichcha and Dvesha in the material world is centered around each individual, ahankara, false ego. Therefore, Ichcha and Dvesha has to be given up. I-centered Ichcha and Dvesha has to be given up. There is a Krishna-centered Ichcha. For a pure devotee of the Lord, he is free from illusion. He is free from illusion. One form of hatred, can't call it hatred. One form of hatred is like and dislike, you can say. Forgetfulness of Krishna. He dislikes very deeply the state of existence of forgetfulness of Krishna. So pure devotee also has likes and dislikes. That is what Krishna consciousness is teaching us. We are full personalities. We are eternal personalities. Our personal faculties do not get obliterated. When one comes to the stage of pure devotional service, freedom from hatred and desire. So he has transcendental desires, and those transcendental desires have to become freer and freer from self-centered desires. That means the Ichcha has to be purified. And something that you don't like, dislike, again it should not be decided based on self-interest. It gives me pain, so I don't like. It gives Guru and Krishna pain, therefore I dislike. So he has dislikes. Devotee has dislikes. Devotees has likes. So in the material world, these likes and dislikes, desire and hatred, create duality in the mind of the living entities. Self-centered duality. In the spiritual world, every living entity is aware of opportunity to forget Krishna. And in other words, this state of existence of material world is conspicuous by its absence. There is no material energy there, there is no material world there, there is no forgetfulness there in the spiritual world of Krishna. Yet, it is the very fact that it is absent there means it is present somewhere else. That awareness is there in everyone. Because that is the total creation of the Lord. Lord creates, gives free will to all living entities. And when it goes to, when one enters the spiritual world, there is no question of disliking anything there. There is only one dislike, is to forget the Lord, to act independent of the Lord in the material, like the living entities in the material world. It's not a constant thought at all in the living entities in the Vaikuntha Loka. So therefore, in the Vaikuntha Loka, there is no duality. There is no duality. And that is the reason why it is said that in this material world, to preach Krishna consciousness, even in the platform of pure devotional service, one has to come down from that platform of Uttamadhikari to the Madhyamadhikari vision. He is a Uttamadhikari, but his vision has to come to Madhyamadhikari and preach Krishna consciousness. Where in the material world itself, some likes and dislikes he has to adopt. Dislikes Maya, dislikes Maya's activity, disliked activities that make living entity forget Krishna. How do we like and dislike? Because when you think I am this body, then all that gives satisfaction to this body, this mind, this intellect, it gives satisfaction. Whatever gives rasa to myself, that I like. Because ultimately living entity's nature is rasa seeking. Every living entity is rasa seeking in the spiritual world and in the material world. But here our rasa seeking is independent. There our rasa seeking is in the rasa of giving rasa to Krishna. That is the difference. Here there are unlimited multiple centers of rasa. There in the spiritual world there is a central reference of rasa. And with central reference of rasa, all rasas are centered, going towards the center, Krishna. Even if there is a rasa between devotee and devotee in the spiritual world, a triangular relationship, it goes to the pleasure of Krishna. And in the material world, the living entity thinks he is independent. So he tries independent rasa, living entity to living entity rasa, without reference to Krishna, without reference to dharma, the laws of Krishna. Material world, in the material world, the living entities are pervertedly trying to seek the same rasa. And where is all these things created? It's all created in the mind, temporarily created. Today there may be so many likes and dislikes you have. After 10 years, you might have wiped out some likes, some dislikes, added more likes, more dislikes. Is it not? So who are the ones? That is why it said Krishna as Manogathena. All by mental concoction we are creating this life. What I like, I don't like. Today, if there are certain likes and dislikes in us, we should not trust them. All these things have come by my past karma, my past vasana, my past life. It has come, so I like it, I don't like it. Let me reorganize my likes and dislikes. So many likes, list it down. I mean, if you have time. We are busy with our devotion service. Suppose you get time, you can think of all this. Otherwise, this list all will get, this list, all that list will get burnt. Whether you write or not, it will get burnt. But it will be interesting to see how so many likes we had when we joined Krishna consciousness. How they are refined, so many dislikes we had, now we have started liking it. That is the difference between the personality. Your personality itself has changed. That is why your old karmi friends don't want to relate with you, because your personality has changed. Personality means likes and dislikes. It has changed. You are in the same body, but your likes and dislikes have changed. They cannot relate with you anymore. You don't participate in their kind of enjoyment, rasa seeking. Our rasa seeking is something else. We are Atma rasa we are seeking. Bhakti is Atma rasa. In fact, the living entity, the mind has got the powerful technique of liking and disliking. You can choose. Sometimes you can like pain also. Isn't it? Some tapasvi stand on one feet. I'll stand 20 years on one feet. That means he could not stand, he cannot stand on one feet because it is painful. He cannot stand unless he likes pain. So note this, it is not that only pleasure you like. You have got the ability to choose what you like, what you don't like. Even pain you can choose. Your mind may like something very nice. So in your mind you may like something which is, let's say, association with opposite sex. Your mind may like. But you can decide to change the like. I do not like my mind's liking association. See? I dislike. So one of the easiest, fast way of self-transformation for those who chant Hare Krishna is to use the power of the like and dislike. Because we are the one who pasted all these things, so not just paste it. If you have to take up an austerity for Prabhupada, your mind's tendency, austerity means voluntary austerity. Austerity means it is tough, either for the body or the mind, it is tough. Now you should use the power of your like. I like it. I like to do this for Prabhupada and Krishna. By repeatedly engaging in that service or doing that or tolerating that, whatever it may be, by liking it, what are you doing? You are creating new standard of like and dislike. Not my pleasure, not my pain, but Prabhupada and Krishna's. So we are transforming our personality from a karmi to a devotee. To a large extent, all the activities that we do is for the pleasure of Krishna, so our likes and dislikes are changing. So that's how we become devotee. Now to become a pure devotee means we have to be all our likes and dislikes are with reference to Krishna. Past Vegas, Mano Vega, Sharira Vega, all these things will be there. That is conditioning. That's not me. That is my past me. My present me, I am a devotee of the Lord. My present me is what real me. Past me is a memory. I don't want to live for my past me who liked something at that time. My like is also gone, that false ego is also gone. Gaya. Now I am right there at this present moment. What I like and dislike is what Guru and Krishna likes and dislikes. Devotee can do this very fast because he is chanting Hare Krishna, he is doing devotional service. Little push if he does, he can easily do it. But for karmis it's very difficult. Because like means I like. How can I not like? It's a contradiction, no? I like and you are telling me, Prabhu, don't like. But I like. For devotee it is very easy. Yeah, that is your past like. That is your false ego's like. Now you decide your real like. Okay, now I understand. So there is one old like and near like. New like. I will like this now. Now I like to please Guru and Krishna. My mind doesn't like that. So the devotee never trusts the mind. Because mind is a repository of all past likes and dislikes. And all our past likes and dislikes have been pasted without thinking. Under the influence of independent pleasure, we have created these likes and dislikes. That was been the basis for creating the likes and dislikes in my subtle body. My subtle body is full of likes and dislikes. I have to purify my subtle body now. Just like I planted that like and dislike, now I will plant the new like and dislike. My reference will be Guru and Krishna's pleasure. This is practice. By this self-control practice, this is part of devotional service that the devotee has to engage in. Because devotional service means to act for the pleasure of Krishna. Without training, it will not happen. What is training? Why we are engaging in devotion service? We are in a training phase. Everything that we do is a sadhana, it's a training phase. We are training our mind to engage in purer and purer devotion service. Of course, our process is we are not independently training, we are training with the power of the Lord with us. Krishna is constantly helping. As the super soul in the heart, Guru is helping. With their help, we also have to will to change. We cannot simply be mechanically going on doing service. We have to understand the meaning of devotion service. We have to desire for purification. We have to take steps towards self-purification. You have to take steps to likes and dislike in a new way, that which gives pleasure to Guru and Krishna. We have to take steps. And then Guru and Krishna will help us in self-transformation, in becoming a pure devotee, whose only interest is pleasure of Guru and Krishna. Any question?
Bhaktivinoda Thakur is demonstrating about this particular thing in one verse, that here it is said, free from all the ichcha dvesa. And you said, personally, self-centered ichcha dvesa we should renounce, but whatever Guru and Krishna wants, we should accept. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, whatever I like, if Krishna doesn't like, I also don't like. If Krishna wants me to do something which generally I will hate, I don't like, if Guru and Krishna wants that will give great pleasure, I will do that. That is exactly what...
Read. Where it is?
No, Guru, I was noting down. I heard somewhere in Prabhupada.
Okay. Right. Our reference of like and dislike is changed. My reference of like and dislike is not based on my situational personality, that I am this body, I am a member of this world, I am a member of this worldly society. These are the present references for everybody in the material world. But then once we understand that our core being is I am servant of Krishna, then servant of Krishna's business is to please Krishna. So whatever pleases Krishna, he likes. Whatever Krishna doesn't like, he hates also. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।